All right, we're back.
Hi.
Hi.
Where's Mike?
The mic is now the laptop. We've lost access to the big mic, so
Okay, cool.
we're just going to be talking towards you guys. We're down to the 2-3 seed versus the 3 seed. I'll go ahead and pull that back up for you guys. And we're starting off. We've got Baylor University on the left side, the green with bludger control as Texas State walks it up with the quaffle. And we've just started the game, so I got to make sure I actually start the clock for you guys now.
We have a chaser beat. Those Texas State beaters coming in aggressive.
Very much so. Baylor looks like they're going to be able to come away. I mean, Texas State still has the ball, still has a quaffle.
Pass is made. Passes to the back, around the hoops.
Driving
He
in.
drives and scores.
And a nice dunk.
That's Texas State's keeper that scores.
That's true. So Baylor starts with bludger control. It looks like they lost both bludger control and gave up quaffle points. So a little bit of a rocky start to the whole thing, but we'll see if they can recover from that. And, you know, they had a comeback victory earlier, so there's absolutely no point you can count them out.
You have the keeper here for Baylor. Trailing after the beater. Trying to clear a path for him. Passes it over. Pass is not made, but they recover it. Pass not made, Texas State.
Bludger slide off the court.
They recover again.
Baylor with a
Pass is
third
not
chance. Texas State does finally recover the quaffle. Texas State's going to come up with bludger control. A nice slow approach. We like to see that. Like to see steady, calculated approaches.
Yes.
Baylor's playing their 3-1 zone defense with their hands up on the hoops, just making it a hard shot. You're going to have to drive if you want it. He takes a shot. It goes behind the hoops. It may have just been a pass.
Pass made.
Fourth pass.
State is making those passes. Drives towards to go and is beat. The ball rolls out of bounds. Baylor's keeper inbound on the ball for them.
I don't know. Did Baylor start that play with control? I think they may have started with control. They gave control, but they turned the ball over. So I think that that's something they're not happy about, but they're willing to take. And a bludger exchange up top by Texas State means that Baylor's going to kind of force it. That pass goes up. I think they thought it was going to go through, but it doesn't. So it's a turnover as Texas State comes away with control again. Now it's a fast break opportunity to the right side. There's only one defender there. A nice jump and a perfect defense. Texas State still has the quaffle, though. That's one pass out to the small hoop.
Drove towards to go and dismounted from his room. Now he has to check in.
That's perfect Baylor defense, all we're looking for there. So it is still 10-0.
Keeper taking it down the field. Very slow pace. It looks like Texas State is working a looser defense here than Baylor. Baylor likes to keep their defense on the hoops. Pass is made. Not recovered. Actually, Texas State takes that down. Fast break. He tried a while ago, didn't get it. Now he does.
It's a little bit easier when nobody's in your way on that one.
True.
Now that pass from Baylor actually hit the intended recipient in the leg, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, hear him across the whole field.
But I think they're talking through it now. So Baylor's going to go up on the approach. They've got one bludger. Keeper bringing it up right behind them for protection. Texas State is running a standard set with the side-by-side bludger defense.
The chase for Baylor. Sneaks
Nice
behind
block.
the hoops. It'd be a perfect pass. Oh, Texas State intercepted. Their keeper's going down for yet another pass break. Can he make this one? I think he does.
They let him through.
3 times in a row there.
Well, yeah, he's how many? 4 fast breaks. Only one of them's been stopped. He's just going to keep doing it. You gotta
stop him.
You gotta have that bludger back on defense, and if they're not ready, you're just going to keep letting that Texas State keeper just run through them. All right, so if you were Baylor, how would you handle that?
How would I have handled that fast break?
How do you prevent the fast breaks?
First of all, I would get someone to stick on him man to man. He's not going to be able to get that if someone's on him at all times. They're allowing him to get the ball, and once he has it, it's pretty quick. So he's quick on his feet, and they just let him go through. They're not being as aware of it as they should have.
Definitely not. I think another thing.
He has the ball yet again.
But he doesn't do a fast break, and I think the difference here is you know, Baylor is losing their bludgers, losing control. They don't even have control to start with, but they lose their bludger and they immediately drive behind it. And so when that's not successful, which is hard to do when you don't have control, Texas State just has an open opportunity to do a fast break on the return.
I agree. It looks like Baylor actually has budget control at this point.
Yeah, they do.
They're guarding those hoops very heavily. Something that Texas State doesn't do. We even have the beater right there at the hoop. Oh, hoop almost falls.
Nice defense from Baylor.
Texas State recovers the ball. Long pass made up the field. He drives towards to go and makes it. There's no stopping that.
That goes through.
We have Texas State here inbound in the ball. Oh, actually, that's Baylor. Excuse me. Subbing some chasers out.
And Sam comes in at beater, actually. He's been playing keeper all day, but now he's got a black headband on for Baylor University. As he approaches all the way, runs pretty much a circle around this entire field, and he wolfs a Texas State beater. Gets control for Baylor University. That's exactly the kind of play we need.
Baylor's keeper passes it. That chaser was beat. Texas State gets the ball. Fumbles with it, but he has it.
Baylor has bludger control on defense. Texas State's going to bring this up. Those dark headbands from Texas State, I swear they look like...
Yeah, that's green. That's their keeper, I believe.
Yeah, it is their keeper, but I could swear it's a black headband.
They got a new keeper in.
And number 18 for Texas State, Tawan, is in a beater. He's going to engage with Sam. He loses it. That's a great interaction from Sam to maintain control.
Oh, pass is made down front of the center hoop. That would have been perfect if that beater wasn't there.
That's
Baylor
Sam.
drives. She goes all the way past.
Oh, she's getting pushed out of the zone. A great pass back to maintain possession and keep
Baylor
it safe.
recovers. The keeper for Baylor. Drives towards the goal.
And a goal.
Scores.
That puts them on the board. It is now 30-10 in favor of Texas State.
I think she should have drove instead of going behind the goals.
So, you know, I think Sam brings a lot of speed in here. Like I said, he's been playing keeper all day, but a nice athletic addition to the beater core for this game. Maybe it's a secret weapon they held on to, and he gets payback. Actually, Tawan does exactly to Sam what Sam did to Angel from Texas State earlier in this game. So now Texas State has control. Actually, they lose control again.
Baylor's defense is on it. He blocks that, the keeper. Now he has the ball, bringing it up the pitch.
And that's so helpful to Baylor that Sam doesn't have to play keeper minutes. And you can trust every other keeper you have there. I don't think they have Gabe Garces on the sideline, so it's just going to be those two sort of alternating out these different keeper positions. Sam clears away.
Pass is made. Shot is made as well.
But it's called no good. It's a little short. Goes underneath the hoops on that small side. So Texas State's going to try to return the favor, except make it through as their dark green headbanded keeper approaches mid-pitch. They have one chaser behind, unmarked, one on each wing, and he's going to keep it towards the top. He's got a bludger to protect him. He runs back. He's not beat.
Texas State is passing it.
Sam maintains possession.
Gonna drive. Oh, falls into the goal.
Texas State maintains it, though.
They restored it. They did. Up. Shoots and scores.
An underhanded backside pass shot
from a small distance
on the top hoop. So Baylor had a couple nice goals. Finally, Texas State's able to respond and keep a 2-goal lead. So it is 40-20. And let me make sure that that's reflected on this scoreboard, which it is not yet. And now, there we go.
We have a new point chaser for Baylor. We have number 2.
Number 2 there with the quaffle, bringing it up down the center of the field.
Slowing it down a bit.
I like that. Oh, a shot on the goal. It was open. It was there. It was just a little low. Intercepted. Loses the quaffle back into the hands of Baylor. Back to the top of the field. He's down one chaser, though.
Looks like Baylor doesn't have anyone on the right side there to help him.
Incredible plays. That's Sam Anlicker, who's playing beater. Did that not get counted good? I guess not. But Sam cleared the way with the beater. The Baylor keeper was able to actually keep it alive. I thought it was going to be a good pass. That looked like a goal to me.
Good once again, another keeper in for Texas State. 14.
This is Sean McLean, number 14 for Texas State. He's been playing keeper all day. He's got a lot of athleticism. He's got some passes that are a little off, so we're going to see if he can make good on some of those ideas.
Aggressive defense from number 2 on Baylor there.
I
Baylor
like
gets
it.
the ball. Be a great opportunity for a fast break if one of the choices is around there. No one was at the hoops yet. Texas State sets up their defense. Looks like they're getting more tight on those hoops. Oh, 2 for Baylor drives. Is beat. Texas State has the ball. 14 seems to be driving up the pitch. He's going to go for it. Will he make it? And he does.
Puts it through. And that score, if I hear the whistle, I'll add the points. I think it's been called good. 50-20 in favor of Texas State. A couple more substitutions for Baylor University as they approach as a group crossing mid-pitch. Texas defense calls them out. They've got one bludger. Sam, as a bludger, clears a little bit of a path. Another long shot. It goes way too high that time. So a little low the first time, a little too high that time. Out of bounds turnover. Sam gets bludger control for Baylor University. He's doing a lot of really good things, and it's really coming down to his speed and willingness to just get in there and engage. A lot of confidence from him. I'm really excited to see where they're able to take that.
14 for Texas State here, trailing behind their beater. Hoping to clear path. He passes it over. Sam goes a little long, and it's out of bounds. That's going to be Baylor's possession.
It's a good approach. I mean, Texas State was able to beat Sam out from the top and get control. So, they didn't get the points, but they do get a lot of power with that control. We'll see if they're able to capitalize on that and get a turnover and maybe score some points in the next opportunity. And they win the engagement, so they're going to get some pressure. Number 2 is able to turn it over. It's a wide open net here.
Second fast break. Point for Texas State.
More points for Texas State. Great stuff. I mean, as soon as they won that interaction for Texas State in front of their own hoops, they just stepped out and applied an incredible amount of pressure. And that beater is actually going to sub out and be replaced by Maya Heinbaugh and Ellen for Texas State. So 2 female beaters are in the game.
All right. This time the keeper for Baylor is not taking it up. We have one of the other. Chaser's taking it up. Looks like he's going to pass it over. No chaser appears to be on that right side for them, so they're going to drive from the left. Oh. Gets trucked, perhaps, by Texas State.
It was a collision of some kind. Maya was actually able to deflect a bludger, so she was there to play defense. Sean McLean is driving in.
Makes it too easy. No one was there.
He's just continuing the tradition from the first keeper of just driving and going and getting some points.
That's one thing keepers are going to do. They're going to drive.
That's true. They might even get a nickname for it. All right, so another slow approach. Just get a little organized, try to collect your thoughts, make sure your team's all on the same page. Baylor University, keeper approaching behind Sam the Beaters. He's going to try to clear a path. He doesn't have control. He's making some plays, though.
Passes it to the back hoop. Slightly grazed by someone.
That feels like goaltending, but we're gonna trust the refs know what they're doing out there. So a good defensive turnover from Texas State. Sean McLean with the ball in the hand.
Sean McLean is trailing behind there. Beater there.
Oh! There we go. Good catch.
Texas State beaters go
Sean
behind.
McLean goes for the shot and makes it.
Another goal. Ellen from Texas State goes behind the hoops and is able to win a interaction and get control back. So Texas State beaters are again in control. Get some points. Lead with both bludgers. That's a complete win.
Baylor's keeper here, taking it down the pitch from the left side, trailing their beater.
Maya clears a few offensive chasers.
30 for Texas State. Their beater is readying.
Oh, she loses the interaction, though. She does force a long pass.
Keeper passes it behind hoops. Another pass is made. The shot was blocked by Texas State. Good defense there. Sean McLean is going to bring it back up for Texas State.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of options back there. There's 2 of them back, but 2 or 3 defenders and bludgers, no bludger support. So if you took a shot, you can respect that. It just got blocked. It's good defense.
It's like the hoops over here are wonky. Sean takes it down, drives.
Oh, he pulled that shot just a little bit. He goes up in the air, fakes a shot, and then when he actually pushes it, it's just a little bit low. But
Looks nice.
Baylor gets an absolute win on defense. They come away with control and a turnover. So we'll see if they can translate that into offensive success. As Romeo Mendez has subbed in for Sam. So number 14 for Baylor going to try to clear the same kind of path, posturing with Ellen.
Baylor has 2 chases there behind the hoops. Keeper took it behind the hoops. Just beat.
Yeah, he took it behind the hoops and he left the protection of his beater, so he just tried to do a deflection, wasn't able to actually block it. So it's a turnover for Baylor. They have control. They still have control, so there's not a total loss. And it's the old driver keeper for Texas State. It's returning to the field.
Yep.
You calling it now? 3 drives for a goal. See if he can accomplish that.
Yeah.
Maya posturing. She says,
closer.
"Follow me."
He goes behind the hoops. Quick on his feet there. He passes. Texas.
Oh.
There we go!
It was a 1-2-3 pass. I thought the second pass was a high shot, but it ended up being a great pass.
It's one of those 1-2-3 passes are nice. Use of your space and your players.
That's true. That's the coordination everyone's talking about on the sidelines from these college teams. Really impressive considering they haven't been playing for so long. So good leadership for all these different teams.
He seems to, the keeper from Baylor, seems to like to take it up that left side of the pitch.
Loves that far side, and he loves to follow his beater and then leave them.
And he gets beat again. Up, recover.
Baylor has control, and they're still driving with the quaffle. A pass outside. I love the buffering.
Chaser was very close. Another pass.
Great passing. A looping around the backside to the small hoop. Shoots,
Pass.
scores. Well, somebody got points there, and it was Baylor. Baylor still has control.
Score is 90-30.
And by 90, I mean 90. I've added to the board. It's the official scoreboard we're trying to match there.
Texas State has the driver here, the keeper. Behind him goes, makes the pass. The chaser shot and didn't make it. That was very fast.
Sorry,
Did
yeah.
we miss that?
There was so much happening there. I didn't know where to start calling
Could
it.
not find the call.
Romeo was dancing with Maya, trying to get possession of at least one bludger back. Maya wins that interaction, but it costs all her attention. So Baylor's actually able to drive behind that and score. So let me give them 10 points, and they're on the board, 40-90 in favor of Texas State. Now Baylor's on defense with a single bludger. Texas State brings control and quaffle on the far side of the field.
I think that's actually 100 now, right? 140?
Oh,
The board has. Yeah.
I apologize. I think they scored
actually,
again.
110.
It's 110-40. So an advantage of 7 goals for Texas State.
Moving fast.
Come
Looks
help
like
us
we
out.
had a hefty Jack Wing creeping behind us, and I hope you guys seen him hit his head too.
All right, Texas State on defense now. Baylor doing a little dance at the top, trying to see if he can make some moves. As
He
they
goes to the right side of the pitch this
do
time.
have control. He falls. He's off broom, so he's going to lose possession of that bludger and turn it over to Texas State. All 3 bludgers on the ground.
Do you think that was a shot or a pass?
I wasn't even watching that. There's so much bludger play.
Oh, drive is driving, doing what he does best. Texas
There we
State.
go. He does pass it, though. And he's not sure about that shot, so he's
Gets
going to
the
give it
ball
back.
Once again. Beat, passes it before that, though.
Drive, Randy!
So stay driving. Didn't make it. Good defense on Baylor's part.
Those beaters get real close to those Baylor hoops. I'm surprised they're able to bring back any of the bludgers. But Baylor's going to approach. They do get the defense, and they do get control. So another defensive win. Let's see if he brings it up the right side of the field this time. It looks like he's going to do it.
He'll cut back to the left, I guarantee.
Let's see where that cut happens. He's following his beater. I guess he follows where that beater goes. A
Makes
nice
a
block
pass.
and a
Oh,
beat.
yeah, good pick.
An intercepted pass, though.
And by the driver. Driver for Texas State. The keeper.
Let's see if I can ask somebody for names. Beat attempt is easily deflected by the Baylor beaters. The shot goes a little high from the Texas State keeper. And another shot.
Guard it. Hey, beat that.
Baylor gets the ball. Oh, this could be a fast break. He fumbles with it.
Oh, that was a little bit of back contact, but he's able to get out of it. He's got advantage on this play. An incredible pass. Oh.
Texas State gets the ball
All
back.
right.
That would have been an amazing fast break.
That was a fantastic spin pass, but they're going to call back contact on that fast break. Somebody was approaching from behind. As he was fumbling with that ball, it was just clearly back contact. So a yellow card for Texas State Chaser, and I wonder who they're going to give the quaffle to. Oh, I thought it was going to be it. Contact. Illegal contact. I mean, you're doing everything you can to stop the fast break. You know, maybe this works out for the best. Maybe you stop a goal. We'll see where it goes. So Baylor's going to get this ball. If I knew the rules better, I could tell you exactly who's going to go.
The players are remounting. Game resumes.
Wait. I'm not sure that wasn't a turnover.
It's Texas State's keeper. Bring it down, and that the call is made.
Augustine Monroe is going to tell him that this should have been a turnover. But now that everybody's out of position, we'll never know if this would have been a successful goal. So, yeah, it does go into the hands of Baylor since Baylor was fouled. They have a player in the box for Texas State.
Getting things figured out.
Yeah, we'll get there. Play has resumed. I am so sorry. We are not at 21 minutes. We are, a little bit less than that. Let's add some time here. We're going to guess that it is about 15 minutes of game time has started. I'll figure this game thing out eventually, the streaming thing. No, me. Okay. Baylor tries to approach there. It ends up being a turnover. So, again, it was what we're talking about. The foul is not a good thing, but, you essentially possibly stopped a goal from happening, and now she's out of the box, so there's not even a penalty remaining portion of that, aside from the yellow card on her record. So Texas State's approaching. They have one bludger. Baylor sunk real deep.
Yeah, Baylor's guarding us. Keeps really heavy. Here's the keeper for Texas State. Run around. Passes it. Passes time made. Looks like the ball goes. The ball almost went out of bounds.
Couple of spin moves in the corner.
Baylor recovers.
Well, that's good defense. I mean, the pass was a little long, but you still have to hustle to it before it goes out of bounds to make sure that you're able to maintain possession. So on Texas State, we are running sort of a 2-2 zone. We got two defenders on the hoops, two defenders playing out up top. A bludger exchange happens up top. Sam, a keeper now, instead of beater, is driving in. A nice pass behind and a great shot.
Nice pass on Baylor's part.
We're going to get a stoppage of play here. Let's see what this penalty is. What do you think it is?
I'm just not sure. It's just gonna happen.
That's true. I mean, this is a 2 seed versus a 3 seed. It's a pretty competitive game. A lot of physicality. And again, we did see Baylor come back from about a 7-point deficit earlier this evening. So, again, they're definitely not out of the game.
Like,
they get credit for those points, too. They're only down 6. Go ahead.
All right, looks like beater for Texas State is stepping in. We have 30 here. And she immediately comes in and beats one of Baylor's beaters. Texas State gains bludger control.
Whoa!
Meanwhile, mid-air shot was made.
Number 18, Twan for Texas State, not able to land that.
They
And
recovered, tried to shoot again, didn't make it.
Yeah, just a little over that top hoop. It's hard to miss high on a high hoop, but it happens all the time.
Baylor gets that. We have the keeper making his way down the pitch. More on the left side. He's probably going to have a beater go in front of him so he can trail.
You know, we're seeing a lot of position swapping at all these different teams. I mean, number 18 for Texas State has played beater and chaser. We've got number 2 for Baylor having played at keeper and now at beater. Sam has swapped roles with him essentially with a nice pass.
Made.
Intercepted.
Texas State has the ball.
So it's not a nice pass. Texas State with a slow approach.
Bringing it down. Staying close to his beater. Both beaters, actually.
Yeah, he's got a little shield there. Just letting them walk up. But it's that Baylor defense is...
He attempts the drive, makes the pass. Pass is made. Another pass to the back of the hoops. I think that was a shot. Missed.
You know, that's exactly what Baylor's looking for, though. I mean, they're sticking those people in the hoop so that you don't really get an easy shot like that. So if they're going to take those shots, you're fine with it.
Intercept that. Oh, speed. It's like
Uh-oh. Nice stoppage of play. I should just get rid of this clock. I can't keep it running correctly. But that's all right. I think there may be inadvertent pass back of that quaffle on somebody who was beat for Texas State. But we'll see what the refs call. Augustine Monroe and Hayden Boys talking it over, making a plan. A lot of friendly. Oh, was that the 20?
Dapping up Baylor as if the. Is that game? No way.
Well, it can't be the snitch because there's no snitch out there. I don't think there is. We want to welcome Aaron McBride
On camera here.
to
And
the
did we introduce
stream.
ourselves?
We did not. Should we go ahead and do that now?
We should.
All right.
Well, I'm Jada Newhouse here. Chaser for Texas Cavalry. And then we have
Juan Martinez is a beater for Texas Cavalry sometimes.
Yep.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us. We're gonna try to wrap up a lot of this evening. You know, we're down to the last 2 games for the collegiate bracket, as Texas State and Baylor University are competing for the right to play against UT, who won their game earlier, just before this against Sam Houston State as the number 1 and the number 4 seed, respectively.
Here's the snitches basketball and fish.
So yeah, I guess I'll fix this time. We'll send it back to the field. Add a minute, add 10 seconds, and call it good. So we're at 20 minutes now. It was a good possession turnover from Texas State. They took a beat. That ball landed on the ground, so they called it the end of that possession. Number 18 for Texas State, Twan, is going to have possession of that quaffle. Play resumes. Takes a long shot. That, I don't know what my distance is, but that's 15 yards out. Incredible shot on the top hoop.
Shoots him way back and makes it. All right, we have Baylor's keeper now. Hustling down the pitch. Going on that right side, he drives to go. Oh, seems to be tripped up. Almost recovers. Texas State has the ball now.
It's Sam Anlicker. He's doing a lot of really good things. But it is a turnover, so Texas State's going to walk that goal. We do have a set score of, I guess it's going to be 190. Let me get that
Gonna
up.
make 7 more shots for Texas State here.
No, I apologize. The set score is 180 because they scored as soon as it started.
Okay. 6 more shots for them. See if they can get the snitch.
All right. So Baylor calling out that there are no beaters on defense. Romeo Mendez in at chaser with a soft shot, but it doesn't go through. So Texas State's going to try to do a fast break of their own. But a beater's there waiting, and that's what happens when they call none on you. You can't just fast break the other direction.
14 for Baylor's driving towards the goal.
That is Romeo
It's wrapped
Mendez
up.
fakes a shot, fakes another one,
Goes around and makes it.
pumps it through.
The medium hoop. Good faking and footwork there.
So they are down 6 goals now. Again, they came back from 7 down, so definitely not out.
Very aggressive seeker here for Texas State.
Justin Guillory is our snitch. So Texas State beaters coming in to clear some room for Maya to do her own snitching. She will definitely try reaching through the legs to try to get this catch.
Here we have Baylor gets the ball. Texas State drop. Fast break makes it.
And this is how it starts. Day 2 in a row. Sam Anlinker is going to drive it in. I'm not sure how they stole that ball, but they definitely got a goal.
They dropped it.
They just dropped it?
Something happened and the ball was rolling.
All right. So, Texas State approaching. Number 14, Sean, is going to bring this quaffle across mid-pitch now. Ellen's running back. She does not have a bludger. The beaters are not playing this the seeker game right now. So, Texas State
passes it behind the hoops. The pass is almost wasn't made, but they recovered it.
Maintaining possession.
Chaser up top has it. Seems to be looking for help. Pass is made right there next to the hoops. Can she make it? Dunks and makes it.
Great goal.
Let's go, Tyrone! Let's go, Tyrone!
Smart placement.
Oh, I hit that twice. So 13-7 favor of Texas State. Maya spending some time on the ground after trying to catch that snitch.
She had beater interaction here. Baylor's beater blocks that.
Baylor with another score, answering Texas State. They have to keep this at a rate of about 2-1 and catch a snitch if they want to win this one. But neither team is giving any real attention to this seeker, so this is going to be pretty much a normal game with just 2 additional players.
See that Texas State seeker there trying to go.
Oh, incredible defense. But Texas State maintains possession and dunks it. So Texas State's going to be happy to just trade these goals 1 for 1. A little bit of jeering from the sideline. All right. The Baylor keeper with pretty light opposition is able to just kind of weave his way through.
Uh-oh. Looks like Texas State seeker gets that snitch.
Does that count? I'm not sure if that counts. It does land on her body. It never touches the ground.
There's some confusion here, whether it dropped on the ground or whether it dropped on her body.
She did have control. She had control. She had control. She was laying there. Didn't realize she had it. It was in there. It was in.
Texas State confirms that the seeker did indeed catch that snitch.
Yeah. I'm glad they have it on our side of the field because we were going to have that on film, but that was a wild catch.
And picked something up and went, wait a minute!
Yeah, she pulls it. It lands pretty much on her torso, and it doesn't move.
She didn't know she had it at first. She stands up and she has it.
Off of her instinctively, and then it was like,
All right.
wait a minute.
The rare accidental catch.
She would have been so bad.
What a feat. All right, so Sean bringing this for Texas State across mid-pitch to the far side. Running it behind, see if he can loop all the way around. No, he cuts back inside, but cuts back outside in the middle. Is he going to take a shot? No,
Drives.
He fakes it.
Makes that shot.
Makes the shot.
On medium hoop. Uh-oh. Players of Burham.
I'm sorry. How did they not already win?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the winning. It was 7. Man, I got this. No, yeah, the score would be 185. That should be the winning goal. There's the whistles. So Baylor falls to Texas State. A pretty good game.
Looks like Texas State is once again going to be playing Texas.
How many times have we seen that?
Many.
Well, not much in the last year and a half, so we'll take any Quidditch we can get. But yeah, this was a fantastic game. I think we talked about a lot of the physicality they have, the beater exchanges, the way these teams are working together between those different units.
Yeah, they're about to have their It's a back-to-back game now. Texas
Yeah.
Quidditch, they played them earlier.
Yeah.
Short.
I think if I project this out a little bit, what we saw a lot of from Texas State was just a lot of really fast break, powerful drives, and many of them uncontested. Do you think Texas University is going to allow that kind of a goal to happen?
I don't believe so.
How do you think they'll stop it?
How they stopped him? Leave some really aggressive chases and not afraid to go toe to toe with those drivers, and they themselves thrive off of those fast breaks. Especially Davis Rowe is really quick on his feet. Anytime he gets the ball, it's guaranteed.
We made you see
time.
fast break after fast break. Maybe one of the quickest games after 20 minutes.
I've noticed even when he's being wrapped up and trying to be tackled, he's very aware of what's happening on the field and makes those passes. So let's see if Texas State can get that under. So.
All right. Well, we're gonna step away for just a little bit. We will. Oh, I already have it ready. So, yeah, we'll turn this back on whenever the game's about to start. See you guys soon.